Intuitively pleasing communication. When two boxers start a match, they often feel each other out, unless one guy is trying to knock out the other guy in world record time. During the first few dates, couples tend to do the same thing. During the mid-90s, the Lakers spent a ton of money hiring some top-level talent. The general consensus was they needed time to gel. Whenever you start a new job, you're not really expected to hit the ground running unless you were specifically hired to do that. Whenever you start any kind of communication-based seminar for any reason, you always start out with a few icebreaker exercises. Since these types of seminars are based on a lot of interactivity, you won't learn much if you're too nervous to interact. If you take an acting class, the first few weeks are spent doing basic exercises to feel comfortable, expressing plenty of emotions in front of your classmates. All of these are based on using intuition rather than conscious thinking to figure out how to interact with others. This is one of the reasons why being overly intellectual can interfere with any social-based skills. This is often a common trope in the movies. A character who is extremely intelligent but doesn't have much of a social clue. Spock and Data, both from Star Trek, are perfect examples of this. A human trying to explain human emotions to a robot or a Vulcan. This is interesting from a movie standpoint, but kind of useless from a real-life standpoint. Reading a book on sales will only help you if you can relate emotionally to others. Knowing when the buying temperature is high or when it's low. Knowing how to emotionally deliver calls to action within a sales presentation. Similarly, you can learn all the surface structure elements of game until you're blue in the face. But unless you can emotionally vibe with others, none of those intellectual-based understandings will help. Being able to speak effectively, persuasively, and seductively with others requires a two-way communication. A two-way subconscious communication, kind of like pushing a little kid on a swing. If you stand there trying to measure the frequency and try to calculate exactly when and how much to push, you'll become the worst swing pusher on the playground. But if you simply turn off your conscious mind and enjoy the swing pushing process, it will be much more enjoyable, both for you and the kid on the swing. Similarly, when talking to anybody, if you can intuitively understand the never-ending ebb and flow of the conversational energy, you'll know exactly when and what to say, with just the right energy, playfulness, seriousness, etc. Luckily, very, very little conscious mind is needed. To learn more, visit mindpersuasion.com/3x3.